What up, y'all? Jay on the Segway. Right now we're in Loud Stacy. I got something in the mail. I'm not sure what it is, so I'm basically premeditating whatever it is in this package being what I think it is. I need to close my garage door. Where's my garage door? In my pocket. Alright, so there's a company called CYCLETORCH, right? They've been around for a few years, you know. I haven't heard of them personally, and one of their reps reached out to me and said, hey, would you be interested in reviewing our products? I said, well, shit, what you got? And so she told me, she showed me one or two products, and she said, hey, just pick one. I got this camera mounted on my dashboard some weird way, so it's gonna move around a little bit. Well, she said, hey, I'll you know, she sent me 2 links, which one you interested in? I started looking into the product, and I was like, well, damn, they got good reviews online. I said, well, shoot, yeah, come on, send it. Even if the reviews were bad, I try to work with it, and you know, I'm gonna find the bright side in things kind of guy. So I was just gonna check them out regardless, because I mean, this is the first offer I've ever gotten. I got stocks in GoPro, for example. They've never reached out to me. Maybe I need to put myself out there a little more, but shout outs to CYCLETORCH for sending me this. I'm pretty sure, matter of fact, no more waiting. I'm kind of excited, y'all. So basically what they've said, let's see if this is them. Look, guys. Look, that's CYCLETORCH. We're gonna do a review on this. Let's go. All right, what we got here first runner-up, Shark 500. All right, this video is about the CYCLETORCH Shark 500. This light is basically inspired off of daytime running lights, okay? If you like to ride in the daytime, this light is designed to be a little brighter than some of the other lights they offer on their website at cycletorch.com. The link is in the description below. Speaking of CYCLETORCH are the ones who sent me this light right here. They sent me this Shark 500 and a Night Owl to test. So I'm going to give you guys my opinion on what I feel about this light. Off the rip, if you guys look online, you're gonna see very good reviews everywhere you look. Of course, there's always gonna be bad ones here and there, but the overall reviews are really good. So I said, well, hey, let's go on ahead and try this light out. So let's talk about CYCLETORCH real quick before we get into this light, right? CYCLETORCH is basically a family-owned business that was started in 2014 out of Montreal, Canada. Did I get that right? And they strive to provide cyclists with top quality bike lights that they can depend on to keep them safe when they're riding. Let's get this thing open, okay? Hey, while you guys are waiting for me to open up this box, this is a nice tight packaging, by the way. This is how it looks when it comes in the mail. It's gonna come in a big envelope, and then it'll be inside this box. So I'm gonna go ahead and strip this box open with this little razor. That is by no means necessary sharp. All right, we're coming. That's what she said. All right, here we go. Drum roll. All right, so in your box, you're gonna have the flashlight itself. Okay, now the cool thing about these kits with CYCLETORCH is they do come with rear lights. The rear lights do not have sensors that will actually make it flash faster when you're slowing down, but they do have rear lights that'll make you very visible by design. They have a very powerful strobe. Here's this light right here. Now, just for reference, I have my Ridge pen. Speaking of Ridge pen, shout out to Ridge. This is their 24 karat coated pen. It's actually about the exact same length as the Shark 500. You can see how the Shark 500 is in girth compared to the pen. This is a girthy pen. It is not your normal length or normal girth pen. The length is shorter than a normal pen, but the girth is a lot thicker. Just to give you guys have an idea, and you can see right there, booyaka, booyaka. You got a 500 lumen bicycle, electric scooter, or anything you care to mount this to. As long as it's shaped like a bar, you can mount this. You see these little things inside the box? All these things right here are different lengths that will allow you to mount this two different thickness handlebars, and this is your rear tail light right here. This thing is pretty dope. I kind of like this. You see this little nipple thingy majiggy right here? You kind of pull that, and then boom, that's where your charging port is. So that makes this very water resistant, okay? Not waterproof, but very water resistant. This is all rubber. It'll kind of go inside there pretty good like so. You see it's touch sensitive. This is probably going to need to be charged. You just press, see? You will be seen with this at night. And then you just hold it down to shut it off. And that's it. Inside this bag right here, you guys are going to have your charging cables, one for the mini light and one for the actual headlight. You guys want to see there's your little power button. That's how you turn the headlight on. This does not unscrew, so don't try to dissect this thing. Here's your charging port on the back here. This power button, you press it once. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, I wonder if that's high. Let's just do it like this. Okay, so it starts off at the highest, works its way to medium, then low, and then you got strobe. Press it one more time. It pulsates very quickly. You hold it down to turn it off, and you're done. Now you have the 500, aka the Shark 500, and all its content along with the tail light. You got your rubber adjusters right there so that you can mount it to your bars. And let's show you guys how to mount it on the Victor. So here's the Victor. You got carbon revo accessories, the front bar, you got the rear light bars. I call them the rear light bars, and the mud flap. Now this bar right here in particular, you see this guy here right in the middle of the screen. You want to make sure you clean these things. Anything that you're going to mount these cycle lights to, you want to clean them first before you mount the cycle light, and make sure the rubber of the cycle light, you know, the rubber adjusters, make sure those are also clean as well. Now if you look at this rear light, you see there's a smaller side as far as those loops go, and there's a bigger side. That smaller side right there, the one that's harder, that would look like it would be harder to get the rubber on, you put the rubber on that side, and you see the rubber side on the right is bigger, and then the left, the loophole is smaller. I'm going to put the smaller hole in that harder side. While applying pressure to that side, make sure you are very careful not to cut the actual rubber, because the rubber could cut. Just be mindful of that, and don't apply too much pressure because you could break it. And here you go, that's how it looks. Now we're going to go on ahead, and before we apply this thing onto that, you want to make sure you clean the surfaces. Remember, I can't stress that enough. Cleaning the rubber surfaces of the actual rubber adjusting thing that I'm looping right, about to loop right now. And you make sure you clean this actual mount that you're going to mount it to, whether it be a handlebar or something similar to that. Once you do that, it's voila. Now you go on ahead, mount it up. And then make sure that the light is pointed the direction you want it to be pointing at. If you want to see how I have mine pointing, then here we go. Rear view view right there. That's how it looks from the side. And remember, you can always adjust the brackets of the actual light holder, so you don't have to always adjust the light itself. Now for the headlight, you have these two left, so we're going to use the smaller one. Always. Now if you guys have a handlebar, make sure your handlebar might be really thick, so you might need the bigger one. I use the smallest ones as possible because I just don't want to have a big old droopy piece of rubber. This one also has a smaller and a larger side to loop this rubber piece on. The rubber piece also has a larger and smaller side. I am going to use the side that doesn't have the little tongue to mount it in there. Okay, I'm going to mount this in. As you can see, this was very easy. You just kind of get it mounted up, get it lined up with the hole, and just kind of pull it back with your two fingers until it gets in there. Remember, don't use a super death grip pull when you do it, or you will break the rubber. Now that you have that complete, you get the light mounted up to your bar, and you see, all you got to do is figure out which one is the one you want to go in there, and boom, it slides into the hook just like that. It's that easy. Now this light's very light, so don't worry about it moving around too much. And now we have the Nami Burn E. This is a 32 amp hour model. This is one of them, kind of a more older one, not the oldest. But anyway, you see the bar right there. You want to make sure you clean that. And then once again, clean the rubber for the mount. Once you get that all set up, you want to go on ahead. You can see this thing has a contour. It's kind of like it's like a concave design. So it's not going to look perfect on the Nami or any electric scooter you have that has a rear bar like this that you can mount this rear tail light to. It's not going to look perfectly aligned, so you're going to have it a little offset in order for it to look straight on the actual scooter. But this is how it looks. I got a nice little zoom going on here.
So you guys have an idea how it fits. I don't really see this moving, but like I said, you have to keep the surfaces clean that you mount this to, or it will move easier, okay? And if you need it to be tighter, you just use another loophole as far on the rubber goes. And so here we have my gravel bike, my Specialized Diverge E5. I think it's a comp. And got the roll valve seat post. The seat post doesn't necessarily matter because these taillights, they do have a concave design. So they will, if your seat post has a curve to it, that they will be able to still mount with the curve. And all I'm doing is just looping it around until I get it to hook on to the other side, and then booyaka. Now, we'll show you guys a side view. You guys can see. All you can do is mount it up higher. If you need it higher, you can just pull it up higher. It's just that simple. And here's our little zoom up so you guys can see it up close. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Now, let's do the night test, or the low light test, all right? This is a very, this is a daytime light. So I want you guys to see kind of how it looks. Now, the sun is going down, but you can see how far it's going off. This is about a good 1/8 of a mile distance. Just riding up the street. So you guys can see, you can still see it. No. And then here we come, we're coming back. Now the light right now is on high settings. It's just the high light, that's it. It's not strobe yet. We're gonna do strobe next. This is how it looks when it's set to high. And you can still see how it looks. All right, we're back on the grind. We still got the rear light on a slow strobe, and we're shooting up the road. I actually was very impressed when I was watching this video back on how far that light was actually able to be seen. It's pretty high intensity light, so it works out pretty good. And then here's the strobe coming back down the hill. You can see that very, very good. I mean, that's just, you know, really not bad, guys, for the price. Really not bad.
All right, was that bright enough for you guys? I'd say that's about 1/8 of a mile distance. All right, let's go back inside this brick eye. Okay, so you guys are not going to be able to see me right now because it's very dark, and this camera is not going to be very, very good at low light. But I'm going to show you guys up against my garage door, and you guys on the ground. You guys are approximately 20 feet from the garage door. Okay, we got the Shark 500. This is what the beam pattern looks like. I want you guys to know what the light output looks like. So if you're riding on a narrow trail, this is what this light will look like. You'll know if it's sufficient or not. This is on high. You see the shape of the light, guys. Look at the shape of the light. This is actually a pretty decent spread. And I want you guys to see what the shape looks like. That's high. That's a pretty decent spread. Here's medium. Here's low. You got strobe. This is your Shark 500. This is your daytime purpose light. There's your pulse mode. This mode right here is good for nighttime riding on a trail system. If you don't want to blind people with a strobe, you might give them epilepsy attacks though. But yeah, this is good for nighttime riding. I personally think it kind of gives you transparency. It allows you to see, but it doesn't make you strobe in people's faces. Thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna go on ahead and get the owl video started and show you guys what that looked like. And hopefully this brought you value, man. If you guys really interested in this light, go on ahead to CYCLETORCH. You can go on their website and order it, or you can order it on Amazon. All right, I'll put the link to both in the description below so you guys can check it out. And I will be using this light. I will probably be using it on my electric scooter. I can never have enough headlights. I already got a built-in one. I got the light bar right here. I got me a outbound lighting. I got the Trail Revo, and I got the regular city light that they made. So I'm gonna add this to the thing, and I could just rotate lights. Definitely gonna use the tail light. The tail light is gonna that's gonna come in handy like crazy. So like I said, guys, there's no sensors for the tail light, so don't expect any sensors. Like when you start slowing down, it'll start strobing and then go to a steady light. It doesn't do that. It's just a regular function light with 5 different flash modes, and with pretty good battery life for the money, and it's water resistant, like highly water resistant. You can't beat that. All right. So once again, guys, shout out to CYCLETORCH for sending this light. I'm actually impressed, man. I'm actually impressed. So yeah, Jay on the Segway. Without further ado, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to see more types of videos, I do videos on all different types of things. Hit the subscribe button. If you don't want to do neither, don't do neither. If you don't like the video, hit the dislike button. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Constructive criticism is always good. So let me know what you want to see next, and I will catch you guys later, man. Peace.